What's up, my people? Kiwami Games here, back at it again with another vampire video. And first and foremost, I hope you're all having a great day and that things are going well for you guys, and everybody that's watching this video, I hope you're all happy and doing well. Now, also, I want to thank you all so much to everybody that till this day have been supporting my vampire videos. Like, videos that I've made about 3-4 months ago are still receiving like a lot of likes and a lot of comments, and people are still asking me questions about it. So it let me know that people are still interested in vampire content, especially the video that I made that was sort of like a little small guide on how to play vampires. That video right now has like about 150 something likes, so I can't thank you guys more enough. So I thought that I'd do something special for you guys that are still interested in playing vampires. So I decided to go back into the deck and I pushed the limits. I thought, let me see how far I can climb in the ranks, and as you can see right now we are in Diamond 3, just playing vampire with the little BYSTIAL engine. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. It's not easy getting here. It was a lot. But yeah, without further ado though, I don't want to make this intro too long, and I don't want to make the video too long, because I have a lot of crazy replays that I want to show you guys that I think you all will enjoy, whether you are into vampires or not. So yeah, without further ado, thank you once again for all the love and support. I appreciate you guys so much. It means so much to me, everything that I've been receiving from you guys, all the love and support. So thank you. And then yeah, let's jump right into the replays. All right, everybody, let's get into the first showdown. And we are going to go up against Dragon Link. And look at our hand. It is kind of trash, but then at the same time, is it really? I don't know. Let's find out. So I'm going to fast forward this because he's going to go full Dragon Link combo. You know, that's going to take a little while. So to save some time, let's just skip through it. Alright, I impermed the Striker Dragon just to prevent him from getting the boot sector launch. But it's Dragon Link, you know, they're able to play through so many disruptions that I sometimes don't even know what would be like a good choke point for this deck. Alright, so now he's going to get his Dragon Ravine. Continue extending his play. So he's going to go full Dragon Link combo over here. But it's alright, we're going to let him cook. Alright, now he's going to go into the Bestials. I mean, this deck just goes in, bro. It's definitely tier 1 deck. I remember I actually used to play like a Dragon Link sort of combined with Buster Blader back in the day. Like when the game first launched, I used to play, yeah, Dragon Link with Buster Blader. So I used to make the Borrowlord's Sword Dragon a lot with the Buster Blader. This one right here, the Borrowlord Savage Dragon in the Buster Blader deck was actually pretty legit when I used to play Buster Blader a lot. But alright, so finally he's back to us. So he's got Borrowlord with the Omni Negates, he's got Borrowland, he's got Masquerena, he's got Branded Regain, and he's got Branded Beast. But it's alright because we got Zombie World and Super Poly. So we activate Zombie World, activate Super Poly, send in the Sorcerer, and of course we're going to tribute away his 2 dragons. And then we're going to make our Dragon Necro Nether Soul. Okay, then that's going to trigger the Branded Regains. He can special summon a Bestial monster. And then I'm going to smack IP Masquerena. It's going to reduce to 0 attack. And then I was waiting for this, so that's why I went into the Dragon Necro. So the Dragon Necro doesn't destroy monsters. But I was waiting for him to do this, to pretty much activate a monster effect so that I can use my triple tactics talent. And then I really lucked out over here that he went into the Unicorn. So the Unicorn is a Link 3 monster. So with the Link 3 monster and my Nether Soul Dragon, I'm able to make Yukiona. Alright, and then that's all we wrote. We pass turn. So Yukiona, why did I make Yukiona? Well, once is that if a monster is special summoned from the graveyard or a monster effect is activated in the graveyard, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, and if you do, negate its effect. And then you can use this twice per turn. Also, you can negate any activated effects of your opponent's banished monster, so his banished zone is completely shut off. but the graveyard effect is why I made Yuki-onna, as this is what's going to win me the game. So let's just continue with the shenanigans and you'll see what I mean. Alright, he's going to get his rocket monsters out here with the maxi. He's going to make the dark. And then with the dark, he's going to steal my Nether Soul Dragon. But because it was activated from the graveyard, I can now reduce it to 0. Alright, so it's back to us and we're going to Banshee. So using Banshee, I'm going to be able to kill my own Nether Soul. And then a monster activated in the graveyard, so it's going to trigger my Yuki-onna. So I'm going to negate the Magnum Hut. Alright, and then the Dragon Nether Soul has an effect that at the end of the damage step, if this card battled a monster, you can change that monster to 0. So my Banshee is going to be 0. But better yet is that after that, you can special summon 1 Dark Soul token. So that token is what I really needed. Alright, so now using the token and the Banshee, I can now go into our link. Okay, so we're going to make Vampire Sucker. And then we're going to activate Sucker's effect, special summoning the maxi so we can draw 1 card. But our opponent is going to have the Ash Blossom, so he's going to negate the draw 1. But it's alright, we're still looking pretty good. So back to our opponent. Okay, the Magnum Hut activates. And the reason the Magnum Hut activates is because the Magnum Hut is also a quick effect, so he triggered after my Yuki-onna. Alright, so he's going to banish my Sorcerer so that he can special summon the Magnum Hut. And then here, right here, so the Druid's Worm has the effect, right? If this card is sent to from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. So this was his way of getting rid of my Yuki-onna. And this is why I meant that her graveyard effect is going to come. So what I did here was I activated Banshee in the graveyard. Alright, so if we look at my call log, I activated Banshee in the graveyard, banishing herself to get another zombie world. But because a monster effect activated in the graveyard, now Yuki-onna is going to pop off. So we're going to negate the Druid's Worm. So now he's going to be level attack 0. And then he commits suicide. And that's how we deal with Dragon Link. Alright, Yuki-onna. Alright guys, let's keep it moving. I don't want to keep the video too long. I have a lot of replays I want to show you guys, so let's just keep it moving. Alright my people, let's get into the second replay. And this one was intense, bro. We go for like about 11 rounds, I believe. And my hand, again, is it trash or is it okay? But this is the other thing. I chose these replays because I felt the best way to showcase a deck is by showcasing it when you feel like the odds are against you. So my previous hand was kind of trash. This hand right here is kind of trash. Like I have nothing. I just passed turn. I didn't even set anything. I just passed turn. So yeah, a lot of my replays you're going to realize that my hand is not the best. But I thought that would be the best way to showcase a deck when you have like bricky hands, and you know, and this is in Diamond 3 and Diamond 2 as well. So yeah. Alright, so he's gonna activate Polymerization. I'm gonna hit him with the Maxi. Alright, then he's gonna go into Garura. And this is a Branded Tearlaments. Alright, so the Saronir is gonna send the Retribution. The Retribution is gonna activate, getting himself a Branded Fusion. Alright, then he's gonna activate the Branded Fusion. He's gonna go into Albion. Alright, and then with Albion, he's gonna be able to banish some monsters, but I'm gonna hit him with the Infinite Impermanence. I don't need him to extend more because I have no monsters on the field. So Garura is a 3k beast. So he could definitely like one-shot me if I would allow that to go through. Alright, so we take 3,000 to the face, and then we can hit him with the Evenly Matched. He's going to keep Branded Regain on the field. Then the Albion is going to activate, getting himself a Branded Banishment. So this way he's going to be able to fusion summon on my turn. We draw into our second Super Poly. I'm going to activate Vampire Ghost, sending our Vampire's Desire to the graveyard. That's going to trigger the Branded Regain, and he's going to hit me now with the Maxi. Alright, so he's gonna bring back his Saronir. Alright, I bring back my Sorcerer and I send the Retainer. Now I send Sorcerer to the graveyard via Retainer. Retainer is gonna search me for my Omni Negate trap card. Then we're gonna special summon Banshee during the battle phase so that we can deal with the Bestial. Then the Bestial is gonna activate. He's gonna send the Lubellion to the graveyard. And then we smack him for 1200. Set our Omni Negate. Then he's gonna activate his Fusion. So he's gonna banish my Banshee. He's gonna banish his Albion to go into the Decklist Despia. And then the Branded Regain, since monster was banished, he's gonna be able to put it back into his deck and draw one. Alright, so he set Super Poly. He's gonna activate Foolish Burial. I let it go through. He's gonna mill Merly. Merly's gonna fusion summon. I let it rock. Alright, then he's gonna go into Lubellion. I thought he was gonna make one of his Tearlament monsters, but yeah. Alright, then he's gonna get Fusion Deployment. He's gonna activate Fusion Deployment, and here I activate Super Poly. And the reason why I activate Super Poly is because now with his monsters I'm gonna be able to make my own Decklist Despia. And then whatever monster he special summons via the Fusion Deployment, I'm just gonna be able to negate it with the Decklist Despia. So he's gonna get a Rhino Heart. Alright, he's gonna try to mill another Tearlament monster. So with the Decklist Despia, I prepare myself. So I'm gonna negate the Rhino Heart. So he's not gonna mill anything. Alright, he brings back the Saronir. Then he's going to tribute the Saronir to get his Lubellion. Okay, then he's going to send the Branded Opening. Lubellion is going to activate, but I am going to negate the Lubellion because I don't want him to search for like a Branded Beast or anything like that. That's going to be more trouble for me. And also because I want to get more life points. So now he smacks my Ghost and he smacks my Retainer. And then the second effect of this Keeper of Dragon Magic is going to activate. So he's going to special summon the Rhino Heart. But the Rhino Heart is a dead card because the Rhino Heart needs to be normal summon in order to mill. So it's a dead Rhino Heart. Alright, so we draw into Infinite Impermanence. So I smack the Keeper of Dragon, whatever the hell it is. And then we set Infinite Impermanence and we pass turn. And now it's like a battle of attrition. So he's going to normal summon Cartesia, but he's not going to activate Cartesia because my Decklist Despia is a quick effect. So I'm guessing he's trying to be smart. I think he was probably waiting for me to activate my Decklist Despia so that he can chain link to it. Alright, so I activate Foolish Burial, but he has the Ash Blossom, so he negates my Foolish Burial. I was trying to get Banshee into the graveyard so that I can get my Zombie Whirl onto the field. And then here I put a Predator Plant counter on Rhino Heart just in case. I know it's a dead Rhino Heart, but you know, let's not take any chances against Tearlament and Branded. Okay, so we draw into Familiar. Okay, that's going to trigger his Branded Regain to, again, special summon the Saronir. And then I want to get Familiar into the graveyard just in case if I draw into a Vampire monster or anything like that. So we go into Linkaribo. We smack the Rhino Heart, and I'm just going to negate the Saronir just to play it safe. Alright, then he's going to normal summon Albaz. And then here I negate the Albaz because I don't want him to fusion summon with monsters on my field. But he's still going to be able to go into the Avalanatus because it's like one of those weird contact fusion kind of thing. But lucky for us, we don't have a dragon. This is a plant, so he has to use his own dragons to go into Avalanatus. Then he's going to send the Branded High Spirit. He's going to try to attack into Linkaribo. I'm going to negate it. Then he's going to get his Lubellion. Again, he's trying to search for that Branded Beast, but I have the Infinite Impermanence hot and ready for that. Alright, so we body his monster once again. The Cartesia is going to send itself back to the hand. Alright, the Branded Spirit is going to send itself to the hand. And then the Avalanatus is also going to get him a fusion deployment. So now I'm like, alright, this is do or die. Like now I'm like, I really might have to try to close this game. Otherwise, I don't think how much I can last. So luckily we draw into Sorcerer, so I activate Familiar, sending Sorcerer to the graveyard so that I can search for Void. The Branded Regain is going to activate. He's going to special summon the Saronir one more time. Then we're going to banish Sorcerer. And then this is going to trigger the regain. So he's going to be able to draw 1 card. But now we get to summon our Void, and Void is going to pop off. So we get to take 2 of his monsters. And then this was a little tricky. I know he's playing Tearlaments as well, but like it was a desperate move. Like I really needed to mill to see if I can special summon something. So I go into Zombie Vampire. And then here I was running low on time. So this right here could have cost me the game. I ended up special summoning the Druid's Worm. But look, if you look at my graveyard, I milled my own Druid's Worm. But because I was running low on time, I accidentally reborn my opponent's Druid's Worm instead of my own. And then what do? I link it away. So when I link it away, it's going to activate. So now his Druid's Worm is going to activate, trying to get rid of my Vampire. But luckily Void is going to be able to negate that. That right there, I could have just bodied my own self, man. So now with the Dark, I'm going to get his Alibur. The Alibur is going to trigger. I can search for now my Branded Regain. So I activate Branded Regain. And now the Familiar is going to get banished. So that's going to trigger my Branded Regain. So now I get to put the Familiar back into my deck, and I can draw a card. And then the Fascinator is going to steal 1 of his monsters. And we draw into Zombie World. So we activate Zombie World. Now we activate Fascinator, tributing herself so that we can steal his Saronir. And then using his 2 monsters, we're going to make our Dampier. And then Dampier, I'm going to send the Alibur to the graveyard, and I'm going to get rid of his Lubellion. And then my man is just going to be a wuss, bro. He's just not even going to let me smack him. I know he's tight, because he has the 2 best decks in the game, Branded and Tearlaments, and he just got completely washed by vampires. So I know he's mad. That's why he quit. But secretly, he also did me a favor, bro, because I literally had maybe like 10 seconds left. I don't know if I had enough time to smack him, but anyways. That was just one crazy intense duel, bro. But let's keep it moving. Like, all of these duels are just crazy. Alright, my people. Let's get into the next showdown. So in this duel, we're going to go up against Branded Despia, I think it is. And once again, guys, my hand, is it trash or is it okay? So as I mentioned, the best way to showcase a deck is by showcasing it when the odds are stacked against you. Alright, so now he's got his Branded Fusion, so I'm going to hit him with the Maxi. Alright, then he's going to go into the Albion. Okay, then the Albion is going to activate, so he's going to be able to banish some monsters, but I activate the Magnum Hut, and then now he's going to activate Maxi. And I try to get rid of the Fallen of Albaz, just to prevent him from going into like any of the crazy fusion summons. So he's going to banish the Cartesia, he's going to banish the Alibur, and then he's going to make the Granganonu. Okay, then the Magnum Hut is going to activate, so I can search for one of my Bestials at the end of the turn. Okay, then the Saronir is going to activate, but I'm going to hit it with the Ash Blossom. Okay, then he's going to activate the Baldrake. Okay, then I'm going to activate my own Baldrake. Alright, then that's going to give him a card because he also has Maxi, so we both have Maxi active. It's only fair, I suppose. Okay, then the Granganonu is going to activate. He's going to get the Proskinian. Then my Baldrake is going to I'm going to activate my Baldrake to get rid of his Proskinian, but he's got Super Poly. So using Super Poly, he's going to use 3 monsters to go into the Predaplan Triforitum. Whatever that is. Alright, so then he's going to hit me for 3k. He's going to set 1. Albion is going to activate. He's going to set up Branded in red. Alright, then I search for my Druid's Worm, and I'm going to activate Druid's Worm, banishing the Albion. Okay, and I do that all before the damage step, just in case if he has a triple attack his talent or anything like that. Okay, then the Baldrake is going to activate. He's going to banish my Baldrake to special summon his own. Alright, so we get Sorcerer, and we're going to send Familiar. We're going to activate Familiar, send Sorcerer to the graveyard. Burn for 500 and search for Fraulein. Alright, and then here I go into Anima because I really need to bait that fusion summon. So this guy right here, when your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while you control this fusion summon, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that card. So I'm really trying to negate that effect. And then he takes it, so my Anima gets destroyed. So that's now I can special summon the retainer, get myself the trap card. Then I send my Druid's Worm to the graveyard. So now I can activate my Druid's Worm, but he's gonna have another super poly. Alright, so using my two monsters, he's going to make a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Alright, then I search for the Branded Regain. I banish my Sorcerer, activate Branded Regain so that I can draw one. We join to Infinite Permanence. And then here, remember in the Vampire video combo that I showed you guys, always remember whenever you banish a Sorcerer, the game is going to ask you if you want to chain link Ghost. Remember, do not chain link. Activate Vampire Ghost manually. Do not chain link or you're going to screw it up. So with the Sorcerer and the Vampire Ghost, I can now normal summon Void Void without having to pay tribute. Then we activate Void Void, stealing two of his monsters. Okay, then here we're going to make a Dampier. And with the Dampier, I am going to send the Starving Venom Fusion to the graveyard. So we get rid of that. And then we bring it back to our side of the field. Alright, and then we special summon Fraulein so that we can give Void Void a damage boost so we can get rid of his fusion. Then we're gonna smack him and smack him. Alright, then we're gonna set Infinite Impermanence and our trap card. And then that's all he wrote. GG's, my guy. I'ma shank you. No, bro. I'ma shank you, homie. You got it twisted, bro. Alright, my people. Let's get into the next replay. And in this one, we're going to go up against Spright with some Tearlaments, if I remember correctly. And finally, our hand is not that bad. So we activate 1 for 1, but it's 1 for nothing because he's got the Ash Blossom. Just when I thought I had something going on. So all we do is set Infinite Impermanence and pass turn. So again, bro, the best way to showcase the deck is when the odds are stacked against you. But luckily, we have Maxi, so that's going to help us a little bit. Alright, so he's got the blue. He's going to activate the blue. Blue is going to get him the carrot. Okay, he's going to special summon the carrot. Special summon the Swap Frog, or normal summon the Swap Frogs, and then another Swap Frog. Then with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Sprint. Okay, and then he's going to activate the Sprint, but I'm going to hit him with the Ash Blossom because I don't want him to send an Angler, because once he sends an Angler, he's going to be able to further extend. Alright, then the Rolling Tone is going to activate, special summon itself. And then with these two monsters, he's going to go into the Gigantic Spright. Alright, but I got the Infinite Impermanence, so we're going to negate that bad boy. Alright, and then he's going to get the red. He's going to go into the Spright L. So my man is a mad lad right here, bro. He went into the Maxi challenge and everything, bro. But I guess that's what happens, you know. You get a little cocky when you're playing, you know, the best decks in the game right now. So, but I don't know. If I was playing Spright Tearlament, I don't know if I would have gone this far. I would have figured out a way to just make Masquerena and have a link to instead of, yeah, further extending. But, you know, I'm not complaining. Alright, so we activate Lubellion. We're going to get ourselves our Druid's Worm. Normal summon Ghost. We're going to send Retainer. He's going to activate the Elf. But we got the Druid's Worm, so I'm going to banish that blue. Special summon the Druid's Worm. Okay, but he's going to get the Sprint. Then he's going to go into the another Sprint. So he's really trying to mill. I don't know why, but that was interesting. I thought he was going to go into Avamax. But we got the Ash Blossom again. So I was a little confused there why he wouldn't go into the Avamax. Okay, so with the familiar, we're going to search for Void. Alright, then we're going to tribute the Druid's Worm, getting ourselves a Lubellion. The Druid's Worm is going to get rid of the Elf. Then the Lubellion is going to get us our Branded Regain. Then we're going to send Ghosts to the graveyard so we can special summon Retainer. Then we're going to go into Anima, try to suck up his Carrot. Alright, so now we cleared his field, so now we can go in for lethal. So we're going to go into Dark. Okay, then we're going to activate Sorcerer, activate Ghost. And remember guys, do not chain link Ghost to Sorcerer. Make sure you activate both effects manually, otherwise you're going to screw up this combo right here. Alright, so we steal his monster, then we're going to go into our Zombie Vampire. Then with Zombie Vampire, we're going to mill some cards. We just got full vampire board right here, baby. And that's how you deal with Spright. Alright, my guys and girls, let's keep it moving. So many replays. Welcome to the deck list. And before we get into it, I know you're going to realize right now there are some cards that are here that you saw in the game, in the replays, but they're not in the deck. And the reason for that is that you have to understand, like, during this climb, I was tweaking this deck so much. Like, I tweaked this deck like 5, 6, 7 times, trying to find the best sort of like harmony within the cards, you know. And I still don't think that this is final. I still think there's a lot more that I can try to come up with to try to improve it. But at the end of the day, so far, this is the deck that I played for the last couple of replays. But some notable cards that I were testing is Allure of Darkness, so you can draw 2 cards and banish 1. So if you have Branded Regain, then this right here is pretty nice to have, because with the Branded Regain, whatever dark monster you banish, you can just put it back. And then Vampire Awakening is just good to special summon like the Sorcerer from your deck. And then the Vampire Duke is just good because when he is normal summon, then it's kind of like a Monster Reborn. You can get a vampire monster from your graveyard and you can special summon it. The Anima is also good to suck up, you know, some of your opponent's monsters that they may be in the link zone. And then the Baldrake and the Bestial Lubellion were there to sort of serve as extenders, you know, and disruptions. But yeah, I just felt that the Lubellion, I wasn't getting him enough in my hand, so it didn't come up a whole lot. That's why I decided to cut it. So I was just trying to create the most consistent deck that I can try to make. But at the end of the day, this is what I kind of went with. I still don't think that this will be final. I'm probably going to tweak this, but if you want to try it, I probably would give this specific deck right here. So yeah, we have 3 familiars. We have 2 Maxi. We have 2 Retainers. 3 Ash Blossoms. 3 Vampire Ghost. 1 Mizuki, 2 Vampire Sorcerer, 1 Necroworld Banshee, 1 Vampire Fraulein, 1 Vampire Scarlet Scourge, 1 Bestial Magnum Hut, 1 Druid's Worm, 1 Vampire Vamp. Now this card right here, sometimes I usually cut it because I feel like it's an unnecessary brick. But I was thinking about it that with Zombie World on the field and with Vampire Sucker on the field, this becomes tribute 2 of your opponent's zombie monsters. So I felt that this in combination with Void can kind of help you break boards as well, as long as you have Zombie World and Vampire Sucker on the field. So that's why I kind of decided to throw her in there and have been experimenting with it, just because she can break boards as long as you have Zombie World and Vampire Sucker on the field as well. And then Void, you already know this is the boss monster right here. Then we got 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, one Foolish Burial so that we can send Banshee to the graveyard so that we can get our Zombie World field spell. Then we have 1 for 1. One Vampire Desire. This can kind of be like a Vampire Monster Reborn. Also, if we need to get one of our Retainer or Familiar into the graveyard, we can use it with this card. Also, if we need to discard a card from our hand to activate one of these monsters, then it can also serve as cost. Then we have the Triple Tactics Talent, very versatile card right here. Then Zombie World, I think arguably is the best field spell for zombies. Like Vampire Kingdom, I'm sorry, but nah, I don't think it's worth having Vampire Kingdom. It just doesn't provide as much negate and shutdown as Zombie World does. And then we have 1 Vampire's Domain. This kind of allow us to get 2 normal summons in 1 turn. And then Branded Regain, this to draw cards and to get our banished monsters back. Then this is our board breaker right here, 3 Super Polys. Then we have 1 Call by the Grave, another board breaker, evenly matched, Hand Trap, Infinite Impermanence, and our Omni-Negate Vampire Domination. Okay, then for the Super Poly targets, we have Garura, Dragon Necro Nethersoul, Starving Venom Fusion, Dragostapelia, and then we have our Dampier, Zombie Vampire, Link Karibo, Vampire Sucker, IP Masquerina, Dark the Dark Charmer. Then we have Unicorn, Fascinator, Yukiona, Access Cold Talker. So Access Cold Talker, I decided to throw him here just to kind of help push for OTK, because also the Vampire Vamp, I forgot to mention, if you don't know, that when this card is normal summoned or when a vampire is normal summoned, you can target one monster your opponent control whose attack is higher than this card, and then you can equip it, and then this card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of that monster. So Vampire Vamp with Access Cold Talker is just pretty much OTK. And then we have another board breaker, Underworld Goddess, to kind of help get rid of any, you know, monsters that are just annoyingly. But yeah, this is pretty much the deck, and I want to mention that this video I'm gonna cut it into 2 parts. So I think I'm gonna make a part 2 just because I have so many replays, but I really don't like making videos that are longer than like 25-30 minutes. I don't think people will watch it to the end. So yeah, to keep the videos short and more compact, I think I'm just gonna make a part 2 to this video. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video and if you enjoy the content, thank you all so much. And yeah, please consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Like, share, and I would greatly appreciate it. You'll be helping the channel a lot, and I will thank you for all eternity. So thank you all so much. Any question, comments you may have, please post it down below and I will get to it as soon as I can. Thank you all so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon. Kiwami Games, peace out.